We'll continue this afternoon with North Sand Mountain and Coach Jay Lipscomb. Welcome to DeKalb Jackson County Media Day. And Coach, if you'd let the guys introduce themselves, or you introduce them, maybe their position and their class, please.
Let y'all introduce yourselves.
I'm Jackson Burgess. I'm a class of 26. I'm a corner, a kicker, and I play a little bit of wide receiver too.
Landon Keller, quarterback and safety.
Jack Johnson, receiver and DB.
Brayton Johnson, outside linebacker, and I'm a senior. Duncan Wilkes, I play strong safety and wide receiver, and I'm class of 2026.
Coach, could you just make an opening comment for us there?
First off, we really appreciate you guys for having this. This is it's a really good thing, and I think the kids enjoy it. I hope they do. They don't really do this thing everywhere. When I was down in Clark County, we didn't have anything like this, so I think it's a really cool thing y'all are doing, and we appreciate it. As far as these guys we got here with us today, we really got a good group of kids. Really looking forward to this year. I think we've got a solid group, and they've worked really hard and really excited about the future. And like I said, I think everybody's pretty excited about all the new. We got, obviously new coach, new stadium, and we really want to say we appreciate our Board of Education for that. Mr. Jason Davidson, and all the other people that had a big hand in that. So I think that's something that it has got us all excited. But we're just looking forward to this year and taking it one game at a time, and just kind of excited about starting this new era.
Coach, obviously starting a new era, putting in your systems. Talk about the things that may be different with this year's North Sand Mountain team than maybe that we've seen the past few years.
I don't know how different some things are. Obviously, Coach Kirby did a really good job of things. We just kind of came in and I wouldn't say that this is my system or anything. As a coaching staff, we've kind of sat down and just looked at what I think would be best for us and kind of build it together, and what we think would be best for our kids and put us in the best position to have success. As far as what's different, like I said, I didn't see the ins and outs the day-to-day of Coach Kirby. I've just kind of brought in really what I've learned from other people, being down south with Coach Stacy Luker. That's probably my biggest influence in coaching, all the success he had. So a lot of stuff I do is really modeled after what I did working with him for a few years. So like I said, I don't know exactly how different everything is, but we just got kind of a way we've built and a way we do things as a whole staff and as a team, and just kind of tried to come together in that and build it so we could have the best chance at success we can.
Well, Coach Lipscomb, I'm up that way a lot around the Higdon area, and I ran into somebody and I asked him about you, about how you fit into the program, and he said you just came right in and fit right in. This is for the players. Coach Kirby, longtime coach, that's really basically all you've known. Well, he steps down, so, kind of naturally, it's going to be an emotional time. Coach Lipscomb walks in. Naturally, he's on trial as soon as he walks in the door. He's got to win you over. How did he gain your trust?
I'd like to say one way he gained our trust, he came in and introduced himself, seemed like a great guy. But I feel like really pushes physicality, like bringing the intensity in the weight room and the field, and I feel like that really just made me feel comfortable and like wanting to go and get after it, have a good practice and workouts and everything like that.
One of the first days I actually met Coach Lipscomb was it was towards the end of the school year. He was still moving some of his stuff from Clark County over, and every day I see him, he'd give me a fist bump. I didn't really know him. I talked to him a couple times, but just every time I saw him, he'd give me a fist bump, ask me how my day's going or whatever, and then eventually we had a meeting, and he seemed like a really good guy.
Back in the spring, we had a couple golfers that weren't able to make workouts because we were leaving school, 4th block, to go to the golf course. And Coach Lip, he'd wake up before school, an hour and a half, and unlock the field house for us, work us out, and he just pushed us in there.
Like Landon said,
first time you met Coach Lewis, he give you a fist bump, ask you how you're doing, and even just like coming to other workouts, like other sports, and watching us work out and asking us how we're doing, and just making sure our grades are up. And just from the beginning, he was a good guy.
Like they all said, Coach Lip really made it a big effort to not only get to know us as a player, but also on a personal level to build that relationship that we'll be able to take through the seasons to come and also out of football too.
Hey, Coach, good to see you. I did want to ask about what your player just mentioned. How important was it just the relationship aspect of this coming into a new program before you kind of get into the throes of fall camp and regular season?
I mean, I think it's very important, anywhere you're at, that's really why I got into it. I love football. I love all that. But the relationships you build with the kids and then your coaches and the community, your other fellow teachers and everything. I mean, I think that's what makes you enjoy the job because, football, you're going to have years where you're winning, you're going to have years where you're losing, but having that relationship and being able to build together, and I think that's what really makes you enjoy it. And, it was easy to build a relationship. Like I said, all these kids here, and then we got a couple back there that didn't want to talk but wanted to ride with us, and we wanted to have here. I mean, they work hard. They do whatever you ask them to. They're very respectful. I mean, we just got a good group of kids. And then as far as a football staff, I come in, I'm a young guy, and we've got a pretty young staff overall, but I haven't really had to ask them to do much because they're always, hey, Coach, how can we help? Hey, Coach, you need this. Hey, Coach, can we do this? And so, I mean, that relationship builds, and then, as you're around each other, you become good friends just from being around each other. And then just really the whole school and community has been really good to me and to my family, and it's just been an easy relationship to build with everybody quickly. So we've just kind of came and fit in and just kind of been who we are, and that's kind of what I want them to do is just be themselves, and we get to know each other, and it just kind of all meshes.
Well, Coach, I got two questions, one for you, one for the guys. For you, I guess these guys have let you know real quick who the traditional rivals are and who you've got to beat and how important these games are to the community.
It's been talked about, and obviously, we've got a lot of local games on the schedule, and it's very exciting. A lot of good teams that are very well coached, and we don't shy away from the idea of a rivalry, but we really just try to focus on what's next. Like I said, right now the talk's just been Woodville because that's the first game, and we know Coach Poole's done a really good job there. So obviously, like I said, we're not immune to it. We know it is, and when it comes, when we get to play Ider at home and all those different teams that are local, it's going to add an extra layer of excitement. But like I said, we've just tried to stay, grounded with it and just, hey, let's focus on the first game. Let's go, and let's just each week have as much success as we can and be the best version of ourselves.
Well, this question's for the players. Of course, brand new stadium, beautiful facility. You got a new locker room. I noticed when you come out of your locker room, you're going to tunnel in through the stadium. That has to add a little special pride to being a North Sand Mountain Bison because the community is going to enjoy that. But, driving by that school now, that's a beautiful facility when you drive by. And you got to take big pride in that.
Yeah, it's really nice. All the guys love it. The atmosphere at North Sand Mountains is always awesome. Got a ton of kids from the school, ton of parents, just everybody coming around, and I think that's really just going to make it even more of a better atmosphere. We got the new stadium, new bleachers, tunnel, and everything. I think that's just going to make it a overall great atmosphere and great place to be on a Friday night.
And just along with the new stadium, just everything in general, like golf, baseball, basketball, football, everything kind of just ties in with the sports in general, just bringing more excitement to North Sand. And that's the stadium, the new stadium, along with the new tunnel, obviously helps with that. So we're looking forward to it.
I'm really prideful about just North Sand Mountain. We got a whole new, like everything. We got the new stadium, we got a new locker room, new coach, it's a new atmosphere really, and it's been electric. I feel like we've had guys that that want to get better. And
Yeah, new stadium, new coach. Already starting off with Kirby. Friday nights were already awesome, whether you was watching it or playing or didn't matter. North Sand Mountain is a good place to be on Friday night.
Yeah, the new stadium, I really think that's going to help a lot this year with the atmosphere. We've already had a great atmosphere in years past, especially with the good teams we've had. I really think it's just going to help not only us to feed off that energy, but just help the fans to just have a reason to come out and support us.
This kind of deviates from that question, but I didn't really answer it. My other question, but Keller kind of touched on it, just how all the sports have came together, and that's really one of the things that I think has made this place special is just how well all the coaches get along, not just our football coaches, but basketball, baseball, softball, I mean, all the wrestling. We're starting a wrestling team this year, just how well we get along, and just it really has, just coming in here, everybody's got along, down to our sports, our community, heck, down to, we've went to BSN, and I think our BSN rep, Adam, comes like once every 2 weeks, and he's made me feel at home, and he's probably one of the best reps out there. I'll plug him in on there, but just everybody in the community and everybody around has really just got along well, and I think there's a lot of excitement building.
Coach Lipscomb, Clark County got put on some people's radars up here back in 20 when that last second schedule addition happened to come up and play Fife. And I got the chance to meet Coach Luker before the game and chat with him on the phone and then actually meet him in person and keep up with him throughout the years. Could you comment on something that you've taken away from him to help you transition to get ready to be a head football coach?
It's hard to comment on something because it's really everything. I mean, I probably call him, I think, 3 or 4 times a week, ask him different questions, just throw ideas off of him, because he's been around and done it. Obviously, the success he's had, I think he's won 6 state championships, and, that doesn't come without doing things the right way. But what really stuck out to me is just from the time I interviewed with him, then all the years I worked with him, just how humble he was, how much he cared about the kids, how much he cared about his coaches. So, I mean, that's probably the biggest thing I take away is that it's less just about the football and more about building those relationships and doing what's right by people. And, if you treat people right and you do the right things, football kind of takes care of itself. But, he's obviously, like I said, a really big mentor. And in my opinion, he's the best coach in the state of Alabama history. I'm a little biased because I, worked with him all those years. But you don't have that success he's had without doing things the right way. So, and yeah, that Fife game, that was an experience. I think we played them up here on a Friday night after playing in Mobile on a Monday night because our game got pushed back from a hurricane, and it was a really good game for a while. We lost the game, but we competed well, and that was a pretty cool experience. I guess that was my real first experience of football, kind of up this way. So,
Coach, as I understand it, Coach Kirby stepped aside. He's an administrator now at North Sand Mountain. Is he been a resource for you in coming to really a new area that you really didn't know? Has he been a resource and help to you?
Absolutely. He, it's kind of a best case scenario. A lot of times people worry like, oh, if the new coach steps down, but he's still around. But he's stayed out of the way of anything I want to do and kind of, hey, it's your show, you do. But he's been there to answer any questions I've had. Hey, Coach, have you talked to this person? Have you done that? I mean, so he's been a huge help and made, my job of coming in new as a first-time head coach a lot easier. So him and Miss Crawford both have been, great resources for us and great help and for me personally. So, I really appreciate them and being willing to help and very easy to work with and work for. So I definitely think that's just a positive thing for this school as a whole and for me. And I've really enjoyed, and appreciated having them there for me.
Hey, guys, I've got a question for you guys. What makes it special to put on that blue jersey on Friday night and right out under the lights there at North Sand Mountain?
I mean, I think it makes it special because I've went to North Sand Mountain my whole life, and, when I was a younger kid, I looked up to those guys out there playing, and I was like, I want that to be me one day. And, you know, now that it's me, I want to feel like that I can go out there and I can show all these kids, like, this is where you want to be, this is where you want to play. And I think it's just a great atmosphere and a great place.
Just touching off what Berger said, really just watching those guys, those really good teams, 2019, 2020, Lake Bell and Landon Green, just trying to be like those guys. You know, you'd be in their bleachers watching them, and then you'd go over to the practice field, try to be like them, come back, see them win a game, see all the excitement just in the stadium in general. And when you grow up, you just want to try to be like them and try to be a good example for these kids watching.
You know, I can remember being that kid, watching just everybody out there on the field, and it's awesome being able to be out there and finally just be the person.
Yeah, I've been at North Mountain my whole life, and looking up to those guys, like Keller said, Landon Green and Lake Bell, those are a group of good guys to look up to, and they left a good thing in North Mountain. And playing football behind the bleachers, just dreaming of a day that one day might be one of them.
Like they all said, the previous players, but also the community, how supportive they are, and just always cheering us on, giving us a great atmosphere to play under.
All right, guys, that's going to wrap you up today. Thanks, Coach, for being with us today. Thanks, guys, and good luck to North Sand Mountain this year.
Like I said, I just want to say again how much we appreciate y'all doing this. And then the last thing I'll touch on, because they kind of all touched on it, they talked about looking up to those guys and then wanting to be those guys they look up to. You know, that's part of what makes me so proud is this group right here and then those two back there. You know, if you got kids in our community, I don't know that there is another group of people that you would rather your kids look up to than these guys. So they just do everything the right way. They're very respectful. They're hard workers. So that's part of what makes me proud to be able to be their coach and be able to be the coach of this team. So I just want to say that. And like I said, I want to say again how much we appreciate y'all doing this and having us out. And I think it's a really good thing. So
Thanks a lot, Coach. Good luck to you.
yes, sir. Thank you.